Unmute. Good evening. Welcome to Tier 3, Round 2 here at Silverstone. I'm your host this evening, King Luckman, and I'm joined on co-coms this evening by Dan.
Hello there.
Lovely. We've missed that voice.
Yeah, it's been a while. There's an echo,
has.
so I need to try and figure out what's going on there. So give me a sec.
That could be me.
It's probably you. It never happened with Clay, but you're not Clay, it never will be, so it's what it is, isn't it?
Let's try and figure out what's going on there then.
Yeah, that's a bit better now.
What's that like?
Hello?
Hello.
Still there on my end, but I'm just going to check the stream and see what it sounds like, if I can find it. We're live. Oh, Jesus. The link I want.
I don't really know what else I can do.
Hello?
Hello.
That's alright, we'll manage it. It's kind of gone. Not really, but kind of.
Just give me 1 sec. Let me try something.
Yeah, I'm just struggling to copy the link for some reason. It's definitely gone a lot lower. In fact, it's gone.
What about now?
You there, lad? He's not.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Is that any
There's
better?
an echo, but it's faint. It's really faint, so it's probably fine.
New mic inbound then. Anyway, right.
It could be my end as well. Don't worry about it.
Let's get this qualifying session underway then. So Harvey looks like he's going to be the first one to set a time. He's going out on the medium tyres.
Yeah, just gonna test my voice there and checking on stream. Back in a second.
No problem. So Harvey taking us through the first lap then. Into turn 1, pretty much flat. Well, it is flat through to turns 1 and 2. Heavy braking zone for 3. And a nice rotation through 4. Flat into 5. Open up the DRS. another fairly heavy braking zone into 6 and then into 7.
I must say the broadcast mode for spectators on this game, the sound off the cars is just off the walls.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, so realistic.
As Harvey goes through Cops and into Maggots and Beckett's.
You tell me if my mic is playing up.
Doesn't sound too bad, to be honest, mate.
Yeah. Oh God.
As Harvey goes into Stowe. Through the penultimate corner. And across the finish line, that'll be a 128.5 for Harvey. I'm not too sure who's going to be next. It was Nerf back next with a 130.2 on the softs. Dave Douglas, a 128 flat on the softs. Captain Nibs, a 127.4, also on the softs.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's hard one to judge it. Not a bad time from Harvey, but is a 28.5 enough to get through to Q2 is the question. Mediums. Not a fan of using the mediums in Q1, but I've started doing it for some reason, especially Q1 when you get that extra run in. But they're not a bad race tyre in this game, or even a quali tyre.
Who else? Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a big fan, like you say. I'll be using the mediums. I'm not quick enough to use them to get through, so I don't see the point.
Yeah, I suppose you know what. If you don't get enough time to practice, it can be just that extra lap.
Yeah.
On track.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, Harvey's definitely shown he's got the pace this year. But like you say, whether that's going to be enough to see him through is a different story. You've still got Marshall, Wookie, Bobo, Ralphie. All these guys still to set times. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I presume the fact that the yellow flag is flashing at us I've seen it when I'm racing obviously as well. There has to be some sort of a glitch as such. It should just be there, not flashing in your face, surely.
I'm not sure if that's a new feature though.
Possibly.
There's
like quite a couple of horrible bumps actually through turns 1 and 2 that you need to try and avoid if possible. Not sure if they're there in real life, but not great. Harvey's actually going to get on the mediums.
Has he? Let's have a look.
Yeah, he's 2/10 up. You want to stay left of the track there. There's a couple of bumps up along that section as well, heading towards turn 5. Don't know the names here. I know Cops. I know the Hanger Straight. That's about it. So.
Yeah, I just go turns 1, 2, 3, 4. Maggots and Beckett's nice and easy.
Maggots and Beckett's, everyone knows that.
Yeah, exactly. So we're in the same boat, don't you worry about that. Let's see what Harvey's second sector split is. He is 5/10 up.
Yeah, he's motoring. First time on comms with 2 of us as well. New duo to add to the pack of dynamic CDR comms guys. So we'll see how it goes. I'll pull you out of your shell eventually.
We'll see about that. I'm just being professional.
Yeah, look, there's a fine line between professional and entertaining, but yeah, good laugh from Harvey there, 27.8. That's definitely very, very competitive. How did you find the strategy Friday night? You start on the mediums or the softs?
I started on the mediums, I think it was, and then got damage after lap 1, so I pitted on for hards and took hards for 25 laps. That was interesting.
Good job. I suppose look, a soft medium, medium hard or a soft medium, medium soft is possible here. Starting the softs, you'll be quick at the start, but Safety car can ruin that strategy fairly lively. Starting on the mediums opens up both strategies to you, but then again, you need to have that pace. What is going on? Back in a sec.
As I can see what Dan's saying about the flashing yellows, that is pretty annoying. It's in your face, isn't it? His teabag crosses the line and he goes a 1:29.6 on the mediums. Still a few guys on outlaps. Ralphie, Wookie. So yeah, as Dan was saying about obviously strategy, it's it's tough. It all depends on what sort of pace you've got. If you think that on the mediums you can hang with the soft runners, then obviously you're going to gain a lot of time at the end being on the softs on a grippy track, low fuel.
That's the thing, and I suppose, look, if you have the pace to carry the mediums for the opening 4, 5, 6, 7 laps, when the softs start to die. I started mediums myself riding it, and I was like, I started P18, so didn't really care what my pace was. Just felt it was the better strategy. It opens you up to like safety car lap 5 or 6, or an early safety car, get onto them hards to the end, or it does give you the option to go to lap 15, 16, drop onto the softs, which is what I did. Yeah, I was happy enough with it. Bit of luck in the drive, which you always need. But how you find the new game as a whole? I've not played it much, if I'm honest, but it's definitely different to the last game. But it's better in aspects, but it brings us challenges in other areas as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this with the majority of the F1 games in recent years. The handling model changes year to year, and I've not found it particularly difficult to adjust, but I have found certain aspects like tyre temps. They're huge this game, especially for tyre wear and stuff like that. Lockups, you never used to be able to feel the lockups as much as whereas you do this game. But overall, I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it.
Yeah, I suppose, do you know what? It's the rear locking is what the biggest thing for me between this game and the last game. The traction feels similar to me, but it's that rear locking is when the ass is coming around to meet you, depending on the corner.
Yeah, it is a killer. But the other thing I found is you can't get away with being, unlike the last game, you can't be aggressive with the inputs.
Yeah.
Like your steering input, you can't be aggressive without going into a corner, because as soon as you put the power down and make a big left or right movement, it just takes the back end round regardless of what traction you're running. Which
Yeah,
is good.
100%.
Which is good in some aspects. I mean, it gives the guys that are a little bit smoother and a little bit more realistic the opportunity, obviously, to actually race in an immersive experience. But it has its pros and cons, as always.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I suppose it's like every new game. It's just everyone has their own little style and their own way of driving, and a game either suits or it doesn't, and then you gotta adapt. And by the time you get it cracked, then there's a new game out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we pretty much, you saw that last season when I took the title. I adapted to it, and then obviously my results haven't looked like I've struggled in Tier 2, but the reality is I'm probably not quick enough to hang with the top guys. But stuff like tyre wear and keeping your tyre temps and strategy is so important in this game that it gives me a half decent crack at the guys at the top. So
Yeah, look, this is a conversation myself and Clay have been having with seasons and seasons and seasons. It's, you know, on the outside it might look like not a whole pile of work goes into the tiers and the pots, and you know yourself, we're at that for 3 weeks
yeah,
adjusting pots. The initial pots go in, the initial tiers go in, and it's a fine tuning, but it's the nature of the game. It's very, very difficult to get 60 drivers split evenly into 3 tiers, and it's a balance. You know, we got the constructors, but you also don't want a scenario where one's going to run away with the title. So, like, the overlap in tiers is crazy.
It,
Like,
yeah.
top 10, bottom 10, you know, even more. And if anyone thinks that, you know, we get it spot on, that's never the claim. We do the best we can with the drivers we have, and it's a long thought out process. And yeah, it's certainly, we're under no illusions. It's difficult, and sometimes, you know, as a driver, when you don't see the background work that goes on, you can think, how did they come up with this? But, you know, it is what it is. We do the best we can, and look, we have more or less every championship going down to the last race. You know, definitely the second last race. Constructors, year on year, or season on season, season on season on season, has gone to the last race. So, yeah, proof is in the pudding, as they say.
Yeah, I could have said it any better myself, mate. To be fair, you c- any, I'd say a good any 15 of these drivers from tier 3 could hop straight into tier 2 quite comfortably and pull off a good result. That's just the nature of how we do things. Um, like you say, new games is always difficult. It's not perfect, and we're nowhere near going to be perfect in that sense, but we do our best as possible, and like you say,
And
it's
that's the thing. I mean, look, uh, you, I put in the picture every preseason of all the names, my biro, my vape, and my cup of coffee, and that's where it starts. But, you know, I we could make two tiers of extremely competitive racing and very, very, very close, where you're saying, yeah, but we'd have to leave out 20 guys to want a full-time seat as well. You know,
yeah.
that's, it is what it is. Drive faster.
That's the thing. That is the thing. Put the practice in, and you'll get quicker. You'll start romping races. It's one of those things. But like you say, we do our best, and I think we do a pretty good job. Well, at least the last 4 seasons that I've been in tier 3, it's gone down to the last race. So, you know, tier 1 last season, last race. Tier 2 was a bit different, but
Yeah, and you know what? I know for a fact, like, these some of these Q1 times, the top six Q1 times are faster than my Q. Well, sorry, I got knocked out in Q1. So yeah, my time would put me P6 here. I'm tier one, apparently. You know, it's so much more than outright quali pace. You know, there's a lot of these factors you'll see. You know, I want to pick Jackie just because it's Jackie. Qualifies top two every race, then bins it, gets penalties, gets incidents. It's not just a case of look at the quality times and you pick three tiers based on quality times. It's so much more than that. And as you said, on the outside looking in, you mightn't you mightn't look that difficult, but it's incredibly difficult. And there's a lot of internal conversations with the admins as well. You know, obviously as well, some guys miss a few races here and there, that's fine. Some guys change assists. If you don't tell me, I don't know. If you feel you're too slow on the game, you need to tell me. No point in bitching about it after. Or if you feel you feel, yeah, I really got this game nailed on, you want to challenge yourself. You know, the door's always open. That's why all these announcements always state, please DM me if there's any issue. I'm an open book. Just talk to me.
110%, mate. I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. So, yeah, feels like
Teabag is out. Did he retire or did he crash?
I'm not
Didn't
too
see that.
sure. I feel like we were talking about.
And for example, just to prove my point, Warrior Huntsman P18 out in Q1, he's a tier 2 driver. So there you go, nail on head, point in case, or case in point, whichever one it is, I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just on board with Curly Whirly up to P14. That pushes Dorf Pack out and he's in the pit, so he's gone. Scotty, the only one that can
just
improve. He's 4 tenths up through sector 2.
on
Do
board
you,
with
will I call you
rookie.
Luckman or Harry?
Whatever you want to call me. I know what you prefer to call me, but let's keep it professional.
Yeah, we'll go with Harry.
Yeah, there we go. just riding on board with Wookie. He was 5 tenths. Yeah, he's 6 tenths up. Puts himself P3. Mega time there from Airways. 127.3. Puts himself P1. Chip, another driver that could possibly be tier 2, like we say. Challenged me and Marshall. If he didn't have 3 absences the end of last season, he could have been challenging for the title.
Yeah, that 127.5 from Wookie, 3 tenths faster than my tier 1 time. So when you look at that, that puts me down to potentially P9 in tier 3. So yeah, I think we've sorted that, and there you go.
Wow.
That puts me down to P10.
There you go.
Cracking laugh from Marshall.
He's shown up though. Didn't show up last week in the old quali.
Yeah, it's funny the different aspects. Again, Moritz in P6 raced tier 1 Sunday night. There's just it's so incredibly tight. This league is mental, and do you know what? And I love it. I love it because I get feedback all the time from drivers going, "Oh shit, forgot this league is so competitive." You know, there's not too many leagues out there that are just this tight, and it's great. It gives real competitive racing. So yeah, super job.
Super job from Pint Size there. Puts
Yeah,
himself
awesome.
P14. Puts himself into Q2.
Couple of surprises in the bottom 5, if I'm honest.
I was just about
Nerf
to say,
and
yeah.
Teabag. Yeah, Bo Kicks Overs are out in Q1. Huntsman, that's surprising as well. Scotty as well. Crash and Anger, it's his debut here in CDR. 32-4 from him. He's got the game fairly recently. He's new to the game, but again, a conversation I've had with Clay so many times. We've seen this. The guys that are so slow and they just progress. That's the nature of riding in a league. You know, guys will help you out as well. Point size geezer getting lapped last season, and now finding himself out of Q1 in races, getting himself into Q2. Super stuff. Love to see the progression.
100%. Pint Size, I think it's fair to say Pint Size very rarely made it through to Q2, unless obviously, like you say, there's a couple of mistakes from other drivers, but he's shown some real decent progression in pace this season, so it's good to see. I know that Pint Size will be buzzing with that, definitely. Just look at that, a second covering the top 13 here in Q1. Marshall then P1, Airways P2, Nibs P3, Wookie P4, Dave Douglas P5, Moritz P6, Chip P7, Harvey P8, Ralphie P9, Anderson P10, Bobo P11, Osso P12, James Brown P13, Pint Size P14, Curly P15, Nerf P16, Teabag P17, Warrior P18, Scotty P19, and Crash and Anger rounding out your 20 drivers.
Teabag must have crashed. There's no way he went out in a set of mediums.
I wouldn't imagine so. Like I say, I missed it. I think we were both talking, obviously, about the tier system and what happens behind the scenes, giving everyone a little bit of insight. But yeah, I'd imagine he did. Let's see if he's chucked a comment on the stream.
Yeah, I've asked about the weather for the race. It's quite grey out there, potentially rain, but nobody seemed to want to answer me. I don't think.
Bobo, 40% chance rain in the race.
Yeah, that's rain. That's definitely rain. I think anything above 20, the low 20s is dodgy. 40 is almost certainly rain. It's just a case of when it's coming, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder whether that's why Bobo was so far down. Whether he's gone for a wet setup and everyone else has gone for a bit of a drier setup.
Yeah, that's always the thing as well, and you have that in quali. You know, some guys set up for quali, which I think is personally I think is a bad idea. You want to set yourself for the race. It's a long ass 45 minutes with a dry setup in wet conditions.
Well, you don't score points for quali.
No, absolutely not.
Who's going to be the first out then? It looks like Moritz is going to be the first one to set time here in Q2. See what tyres everyone's running, I'd imagine. Oh, Marshall mediums, Harvey mediums. Also it says 23% chance of rain right now.
Yeah, that's kind of on the crossover point, and not everyone's straight out, so a couple of guys not thinking the rain is coming straight away. It's definitely got greyer. Track temps are probably down. The track looks a bit slicky, a bit slippery potentially,
Yeah,
but
doesn't look great, does it?
no, it doesn't.
So this could be interesting then. Could be a wet Q3.
Yeah, everybody out now, so it's in around the time, to be fair, about 12 minutes 30 to get two comfortable laps in, so that could be either guys dashing for the dry or just genuinely going for a lap. Moritz has just started his lap coming through turn 2.
Yeah, just on board with him. Just see what
I
he can
hate this
do.
little section of track, it is absolutely awful.
It's a tricky little section. The other one I found difficult is this next
Yeah,
set of
the
corners
right
coming
hander.
up. Yeah, the little right hander,
Yeah,
you just could not get any traction down whatsoever.
yeah. This left hander is nice and fine. The right
Yeah,
hander, I actually found going deep here gave you so much advantage on the exit. Seems slower because it takes a while to get the car rotated, but by the time you get the cops, you're up in your time.
yeah, it's probably something I should have probably tried because I was staying close to the apex. Just could not get the power down for anything.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just so
Fully agree with
slippy,
you there.
so slippy. So Moritz has just finished sector 2. We'll see what his time's going to be. Everyone is now out on track as well. So see what happens
This
there.
this is the last corner as well. The traction is horrendous. 27.4 from Moritz, and that's a decent time for sure.
Nibs is 27.5.
A lot of guys in the mediums again in Q2. I definitely don't understand this. Unless you want to, yeah, okay, fair enough. But
I mean,
I,
if
I
if if they think the rain's not going to come, then it could be a good strategy call because you're going to have what 3-4 sets of brand new sets of soft tires.
yeah, do you know what? The mediums there, Harvey at 27.7.
They're
That's a
working for him.
good time on the mediums.
Mediums are working, but Airway is straight in there with 27 flat. Pretty sure that was Q2 tier 2 P1.
Yeah, 100%. This is what I said.
It's just mega, isn't it? It's just crazy. Who's going to be next to set a time? Bobo is going to cross the line. This is very slow from Bobo, so I wonder whether that was a burner. 131 flat. Anderson is just coming across the line. P2 a 127.4.
I'll tell you what, the Alpine on this game is just mega.
Sounds incredible, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, the hash sounds like a bag of bolts. It literally sounds like a kettle, an urn getting hot, ready to boiling
If you
water. It's
think back to
horrible.
it could have been the 2019 game or the 2020 game. I think it was the 2020 game. That Renault sounded savage as well on that
Yeah,
game.
it sounded horrible, didn't it? No, there was one year where the Alpine sounded horrible, though, wasn't there?
Yeah, that was the last two games. The Alpine sounded horrible. I think I was in it for. I think it was season 9. It was absolutely horrific.
Yeah, I remember being in it one season, and yeah, it was gross to drive. Also, a 128.2. Bit of a spread going on in there. Ralphie is approaching the
Yeah,
final little left, right.
Doesn't look the quickest lap in the world from Ralphie. And that's not bad, it's a
Nice.
28 dead. Marshall and Harvey on their mediums, they whatever but Harvey, he's dodge, but Marshall certainly has to go again.
100%. Yeah. I would.
Or Curly said a 143.936. That's not going to work anyway. Obviously,
Uh,
he invalidated, so he came back in. So be a soft run. You see, this is why I don't like doing it, particularly in Q2. If you mess the first run up, it's all down to the last run, and I don't like that pressure
yeah.
personally.
100%. I've done it. Well, not particularly done it with mediums, but like I've gone out on used sets of softs, invalidate my lap, and then you've only got that fresh set of soft run, that one run to do, and it's horrible.
Yeah, it
It
is.
really is
It is.
horrible because you're trying to push as hard as you can for that lap, but knowing that
Yeah,
if
so
you
it's
mess it up, there's no time there at all.
yeah, Airways with a cracking lap there, 27 dead, but after that, P2 to P8 is only covered by 4 tenths of a second. It's quite mad. Got a couple of guys down there in the bottom five who are in danger. They'll definitely be looking at getting the show on the road, improving their time, and see where they end up. Bo with a 131. That's he definitely had an issue on that lap. Bo's quick. We know he's quick in this tier.
Yeah, yeah,
As is
100%.
Airways. We've been talking about Airways for donkeys at this stage. So quick, and just when it comes to the race, just literally the most unluckiest guy I'd say ever. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say hopefully he has a good season this season.
agreed. Yeah, I'd agree with that 100%. Um, he's looked really comfortable in quali sessions for the last, I don't know, 3 4 seasons.
Yeah,
But like you
100%.
say, the race it just gets caught up in stuff or bins it on like the last couple of laps. It's been tough for him, but like I say, hopefully this season he'll be a bit more consistent and
Do you know what, Harry? I'm struggling so much with tyre warm up on quali runs. On the safety car as well. I just cannot get temp into the tyres at all in any way, shape, or form. I don't know. Is this just a common thing, or is there some sort of a trick like the dragging the brake on the last game? But it's just the tyre temps are so bad.
yeah. So I found that I was actually doing personal best laps on my in laps. So that's obviously had what 3 laps on my tyres. And I know
Yeah,
obviously fuel burn and the rest of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if actually that is the way to go. Putting a couple of laps on them just to get the tyre temp in and then going for it. Um,
yeah. Like I find myself starting quali laps at like 75 degrees, and they
yeah,
should be mid to high 80s definitely anyway.
100%. Yeah, it's like I say, I've struggled the last couple of quali sessions with it, but it was only really Friday night's race where I started to sort of get the light bulb moment that actually it's probably worth putting a couple of laps on them as just burner laps, and then maybe trying on
Yeah,
the last run where it's going to have at least I know I'm going to have the temperature. I may not have shiny boots on, but I've got the temperature to complete the lap. So I
yeah.
don't
Just
know.
on board with Harvey there. He was 2 tenths up through sector one,
Yeah,
so he's making moves.
I'm on with him as well for the viewers. Just takes cops. Is he back out? He is on the softs this time.
Yeah, Bo is 2.5 seconds up as well, so he definitely had an issue. He's actually coming around
Yeah,
whatever corner that is.
Harvey's half a second up, and yeah, Bo's a little bit further back, and he's
Yeah,
just
there'll be
about
a
to come
big
through
jump here.
cops.
This lap looks nailed on. 27.3. That puts him P2. That
Wow.
knocks Marshall into the danger zone. So yeah, solid lap from Bo.
Yeah, really good lap there, Harvey. Wow,
Wow.
mega lap there from him as well.
You know what, Harvey in a way is similar to Airways. Probably not as I'm going to use the word problematic because that's all that comes into my head in terms of when it gets to the race. But the quali pace is always there for Harvey. Just gets caught up in a few things, a few mistakes as well. But I had a fair few chats with Harvey last season and for the podium interviews. So again, another one to keep your eye on. Anderson as well with a 27.4. Anderson again, another similar guy, just tends to get caught up in races. You know what? And coming back to the tier selection again and the pot selection, it, this plays such a factor. Guys' race pace, and race pace isn't just your outright pace. It includes how incident prone you are, how mistake prone you are, and all these things come into factors. And sometimes that can be the difference between tier 3 and 2, or 2 and 1. So
yeah, agreed, 100%. You've said it. You've said it from day one. As Chip balls into the pits, but he was almost. Oh, he's invalidated. He was almost 4 tenths up. But yeah,
yeah,
as you've always said from day one, keep it clean. You'll pick up positions straight away.
absolutely. Box clever. I did it myself Friday night. I've probably finished 5 positions higher than I should have. Just saw things ahead and just sat behind waiting for it to happen in front of me, and one by one it happened. So I just don't understand it. It's just sometimes you need to use your brain. Everybody has one. You don't always use it, but you should.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is people see it as if they don't overtake there, they're not going to win the race later on down the line. When really, as we've seen in Tier 3, especially over the last few seasons, late safety cars. Last season for me, without that late safety car, I wouldn't have won that title. And it's just
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
it's just about being in the right place at the right time, and not being in a wall after lap 3 because you've gone for a silly move down the inside of someone from 100 meters
Yeah,
back.
100%.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
You just have to be in the race. You have to have your whole car. You lose a wing. Friday night again, I probably got a little bit lucky with a safety car. If I lost my wing, I've lost 30 seconds on the first lap. It's just stay out of trouble and you'll pick up your positions nice and easily.
Yeah. So yeah, Curly is on mid lap, so we've lost Curly. He can't do any more than that. Chip is still in the pits. Oh, he's not. He's on an out lap now. So yeah, Curly is out of qualifying, knocked out in Q2. Everybody else can do a job. Dave Douglas is coming into the pit, so he could be in danger there in P8. Top 5 thinking they've done enough. Nibs and Wookie on out laps maybe think they're under threat, so interested to see how this one plays out. 55 seconds left in the session.
Like I say, Chip was 4 tenths up, and then he obviously pulled in because he invalidated going through. I don't know the name of it. Stowe. Um, so he looks like he does have the pace to challenge. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Dave Douglas. I think your 127.5 is good. Anyone
Yeah,
after that is danger.
it's dodge. It is dodge,
Yeah.
definitely. There we go. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a lap and a half.
That's very, very good.
That's a second faster than my time.
Oh, I'm not even going to look what my time was. I was nowhere near that. Wow. What a lap. Marshall's 4 tenths up. Chip didn't make the line.
No.
Also made the line, but he's not improving. Right size made the line, but doesn't look like he's improving.
Also has a lot of battery left though. Is he waiting for the hanger straight for that? So we could definitely see an improvement there.
Wow, Marshall, 127.2, puts himself P4. Nibs also jumps in level 127.2, puts himself P3. Also, let's see what he can do. Yeah, he's got 56%, and
Yeah, power down. I wouldn't be surprised if he's up here. And he's not, but he's close. He
could
needs to hook
gain.
up sector 3 or he's gone. I don't know, does he have the time? He needs 4 tenths or 6 tenths even.
Not sure he's going to have the battery either, so
Yeah, I doubt it.
yeah, he's used his deploy.
Geezer back in,
Some
he
of
invalidated.
where is Wookie's also on a lap? Looks like Wookie's half a tenth up,
Oh
half a second
wow!
up.
Jesus. Also,
Oh wow!
yeah,
Where did that
Massa,
come from?
he got like 5 tenths in sector 3, and that knocks Dave Douglas out. And we did say, because
Yeah,
we are experts and we know everything, we did say
100%.
Dave Douglas was on the cusp. And yeah, unfortunate for him, he's out, and he's only a couple of thousandths of a second out, but
Wow.
yeah,
Where did that come
well,
from?
yeah, super laugh from Massa. But
100%.
that that's quite tight still. Like, you don't always look from P1 to P15, but as you go down the grid, heading down it's so tight.
100%. There's just over a second covering what? The top 13? 2 second, just over a second? Yeah, just over a second covering the top 12. I mean, that's mental. What a lap there from Mosso, though. Surprised he had enough fuel, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll be back here in a second, buddy.
As I need to grab the results. So yeah, we are going to be losing Pint Size, Curly, Chip Hazard, James Brown and Dave Douglas. What a lap time there from Airways over 126.7, Wookie jumps in over 126.9 and then Harvey over 127.1. Good lap times from them guys. Just going to look at comments from everyone. Kieran, nice to see both Alpine drivers into Q2. You've got one Alpine driver into Q3, which is quite nice. Pint size isn't so much of a slouch this season. No, definitely not. Definitely not. LOI, Colin. A nice stream to pass away time on the train home. Anyone want a demonstration of the game? Hurling, come on, Cork. Jesus. Get a proper sport. Also, yeah, lol. First stint I had fine S1 and 2 and bad 3, and second one vice versa. Dave Douglas, gutted. Cheers also. Yeah, it's unfortunate there, Dave. You had a decent lap time there, mate. It's just unfortunate. It's the nature of this beast. So close between every driver in the tier. But a mega time there from also. Really good time. So Anderson is going to be the first to set a time here in Q3. So just waiting for Anderson to start his first flying run. The 27.7 first sector for Anderson. It's currently the benchmark time as we've got a yellow flag. Who's that? Did have a yellow flag somewhere. So Anderson just approaching the final couple of corners. And he sets a 127.4. Nibs a 127 flat. Mercedes. Harvey is going to be next. And he sets a 127.1. Airways a 127 flat. Moritz a 127.2. See what Marshall can do, but he's just invalidated. It would have been a 128.7 anyway. Ralphie, Bobo's now coming around the final corner. And he goes P3, no problem mate, a 127.1. Ralphie's next, a 127.4. So look at that, you've got 6 drivers all within 4 tenths.
Yeah, I'm something like that. It was going to be
7 drivers, sorry.
Paul is definitely going to be a 26. Just depends who.
100%.
Or not depends.
100%. Marshall, yeah, obviously invalidated. Wookie now. We'll stay on board with him, see what he can do. I'm going to say pole is going to be a 26.5.
Wow. You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a lap and a half. Don't think my TT is a 26.5.
I think it's going to be a 26. I've got a feeling their way. I think either Airways, Nibs, or Bobo is going to hook up that one lap. To be fair, any of the top 5 could hook up that sort of lap.
Yeah, defo.
I'm pretty sure Airways done a 126.3, didn't he? Q2.
Thought it was a 26.7, but
Oh, it might be 26.7.
might be wrong.
I'm probably talking rubbish. Wookie comes around the final corner. And he sets a 127.1 as well. Wow. 6 drivers within 2 tenths. 8 drivers within 4 tenths.
Yeah.
Mental.
Pretty tight.
Absolutely.
Final runs are going to be interesting. It's tier 3 after all.
100%. And as we've known over the last couple of seasons, anything can happen. Anyone can
for
take
sure.
pole. Anyone at any time can take pole. So we'll keep an eye.
A couple of blue clouds in the sky, so you have to remember that as well. The rain could play a factor in this race as well.
Yeah, 100%. Anderson's back on an outlet. Just see what he can do. Needs to find 4 tenths at the moment to take provisional pole, but I'd imagine he needs about 6. Possibly even more than that to take pole.
Yeah. Definitely needs to get to a 26 anyway.
Yeah. high to mid 26. Just keep an eye on when everyone else starts to come out. Looks like we've got an Alpine coming out. That's Marshall.
Yeah, that's Marshall, yeah.
Yeah, so he invalidated on the last two corners, and obviously that's that lap and the next, isn't it? That's invalidated, so
Yeah.
it's a bit of a waste for him. So here we go then, Anderson that's just started his final flying run. See what his sector 1 is. We have Airways come out right behind him as well. Anderson is very slightly over, half a tenth over. So see if he can hook up sectors 2 and 3.
It's a cracking racetrack, to be fair, Harry.
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They've the graphics on this game as well.
Yeah, it's different level.
Yes, so immersive.
Oh no, Anderson just invalidates before the hanger straight, and he was 2 tenths up as well.
Yeah, I saw
Oh
that.
man.
Just as he was coming off that exit, it went red. So let's have a look at Marshall then. See what sort of time he can set, and then we've got Airways obviously on a lap as well. So if you keep a little eye on Airways, Dan, and I'll have a keep an eye
100%.
on Marshall. Fairly clean from Marshall here. He's got a little bit of traffic. Doesn't affect him. Just needs to keep it on the road.
Airways 2 tenths up through sector 1.
Jesus. Marshall is now coming up to Stowe. Let's see what his time's going to be. He'll have time to go again if he wants, but not the battery. Marshall 1:27.2 puts himself P6. Airways then.
4 tenths up.
Wow,
You might be alright with your 27.4 or whatever you said.
I said a 26.5.
26, sorry. Yeah, if he hooks up sector 3, just needs to nail this place for grip. Yeah, this is rapid. 26.5. Good man, Harrington.
What did I say? There you go.
That's some lap.
Mega lap, wasn't it? That's... wow.
Yeah, Bo next across the line.
Yeah, I'm just on with him now as he comes through cops. $26.5.
Oh, Bo's up a couple of tenths as well. He needs a big sector 3 to challenge that pole time from Airways 26.530.
Nibs is also on a lap. Nibs is a tenth and a half up through sector 1.
Let's see what Bo can do heading towards the line for a 26.587.
Oh my god!
Oh man.
Like I say, Nibs is a tenth and a half up through sector 1. He's about to finish sector 2.
Harvey as well. He's
He's lost time.
slightly over on his time. Ralphie slightly over as well, heading towards the line, and he
Nibs has
doesn't
lost.
improve.
Nibs has lost out a little bit. He was a tenth and a half up, and he's now just under a tenth up. Just see if he can challenge
Oh,
Dutton.
that looks scruffy. I
Yeah,
think he
it
lost
did.
a bit of time there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
27 flat.
improves slightly. Harvey, what can he do? He's slightly over on the same as well, so
Wow.
yeah, wow.
Bobo and Airways. Bobo, that a mega couple of last sectors, really, when it was.
Yeah, 100%.
And then just Airways, just a complete lap. Just, wow.
Yeah, it was. He really threw everything at that lap.
Yeah, there
So,
was.
mental stuff.
I'm going to take this opportunity to grab a drink before race start.
Yeah.
And take a minute to go and chill out, because that time is actually ridiculous.
Blame me for putting him tier 3, sure. Oh, wow. As Curly says on stream, what rain? That rain, Curly. That is full on rain. It's full wet. And yeah, there you go, Curly. So yeah, all them tire strategies now during quali kind of made out the window. So I'm gonna just take a look and see. It's not full wet. It's indoors. Fair enough, but it's wet. Difficult track in the wet, especially getting off the line. Everybody on inters all the way from Airbase P1 down to Crash and Anger P20. Yeah, right on board. It's very wet. Not sure if it's a full wet race, but certainly wet to start with. Trying to get temps into these now during the formation lap is going to be tricky. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. Obviously, with the intermediates and the wets, pit stop is not mandatory. You can go to the end on one set of tyres if it can do it. I'd imagine a one stop is probably the way people are looking at it. Trying to look up at the sky, it looks grey, no blue. Not sure if it's supposed to dry up or not. Obviously, the last couple of seasons we have ran approximate weather, which is good. I think throws a bit of variability into it. But yeah, so you're potentially looking at a one stop here, maybe slicks later on if the weather changes. But right now it is wet, wet, wet.
What happened to the track?
Yeah, because I was
Wow.
looking on stream and Curly said, I was just looking at Curly's comment of what rain. Yeah, this rain.
This is, yeah.
This is not fun.
This is going to be pretty horrendous, I'd imagine, for
Yeah,
most of
I
these
wouldn't like it,
guys.
no, to be honest. Yeah,
I
wouldn't like
don't,
it.
I don't think we've had many wet races, to be fair, have we?
No,
I, I
it's been
think
a while.
I think we've had a quali session on this game that's been wet, but I don't think we've had a race. Anderson's disqualified. Dave Douglas disqualified. Anyone else want to get disqualified? Oh, crash and anger. And that was it. Here we go then. 5 red lights are out and away we go. Looks like a half decent start there for Airways.
Mega launch from Airways. Bobo gets bogged down slightly.
Yeah, need Moritz around the outside. Everyone, there's a few cars off track at the minute. Just take it easy, guys.
Yeah.
Looks like everyone's being pretty well behaved, to be fair.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty decent send off. Or a get off. Send off.
Oh,
Oh. That is an Aston Martin. That is ship hazard.
yeah, I was on with that one. That one just a bit of a curb. Tried to put the power down and sent him spinning.
Yeah, the rears everywhere.
100%. I'm glad I'm not racing tonight, to be fair.
Yeah, 100%. Decent race start though, Harry, to be,
Yeah,
conditions considered.
100%. I was expecting a lot more spinning cars, to be fair, than just the one. And to be fair, that was more driver error of his own fault than anyone else. So very, very clean start from these guys. Moritz looks like he's attacking early doors. He does, pulls to the inside, gets it done into Stowe. His Airways going to look for the switchback. Thinks about it, but can't get it done. Moritz shuts that door.
Outbreaking yourself in the wet is awful as well.
Yeah, 100%. I've done it a few times. Can't lie.
Marshall looks to be struggling big time in these conditions.
Yeah, he's dropped right off the back of Rosso, and there's a bit of a gap formed. Top 6 look to be sticking with one another. Although Moritz is pulling away, but he's really trying to create a bit of a gap for himself. He's using a lot of battery in the process, though. Looks like Dave Douglas and Anderson are going side by side. Good racing them from them guys. Anderson can't
Mega
quite get it
start.
done.
Mega start. Really, really good start to the race. Fair play.
Very clean, wasn't it? Very, very clean. So Moritz is starting now to form a bit of a gap, but that doesn't make too much of a difference with the fact that DRS isn't available.
Yeah, Moritz just seems nailed on.
Does
Airways got an absolute mega launch off the start. Bobo got a bit bogged down, and it just allowed Airways to get through. But Moritz has found a way to take the lead, and that gap is going only one way at the moment. Fastest lap as well at 41.205 from Moritz.
he just looks very, very comfortable. There's first time penalty. Easy
Do you
enough
know
to
what?
do.
It's a tough old 26 laps in these conditions.
Yeah.
So much concentration needed. One minor blip and you can be end up doing a 360 fairly quick.
Yeah, 100% there, mate, to be fair. already a horrible track for track limits in the dry, so I can't imagine what these guys are going through in the wet. As Moritz is just at every corner just pulling away. Yeah, very, very comfortable out there at the front.
Tell you what, North Pack and Corley having a good old battle here for P13.
Enough of a full battery. Or is Curly thinking about it?
Yeah, you just watched there, North Pack and T-Bag swapped their own, so obviously T-Bag had the pace. Dave Douglas and Anderson having an awesome battle here, through Maggots and Beckett's as well. Fair play. Not advisable, but he got it done, so good job.
And that's the thing, obviously anyone can go side by side through any set of corners as long as you respect each other and give each other the space, but sometimes that is easier said than done, but in these conditions...
Well, I went side by side for a full lap in Baku in the F2 cars with Colin, so,
wow.
you know, if that's possible, anything's possible.
Yeah, 100%. Just try and have a little look. See if we've got any other little battles going on, but it doesn't seem like there is at the minute. We will stay on board with this Curly and Nerf Pack one for a minute. Scotty Bits.
Yeah, there's so many guys with the rear stepping out, it's not even funny.
What's that?
Just,
let's have a look for Scotty. Is that for a wing change?
I wouldn't think so, I didn't see any. Yeah, there's a wing waiting, but why, like I don't know.
He's got no end plate. So I wonder whether maybe he might have just got caught up in a little bit of...
And his fuel light is on as well, so he's dramatically under fuel. Anyone else? Warrior Huntsman has a fuel light on. So, under fueling for the wet, potentially?
Yeah, I think so. That would just tell us that that's going to be a full wet race. They don't expect it to dry.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think that decision between the kicks over guys was definitely the right one. T-Bag getting through, putting a 2-second gap on North in a couple of laps. To be fair, Curly was on the back of North, but he's pulled that gap now. Morris again into the 39s now, so...
yeah. Doesn't look like that track's dry, so it just looks like pure pace.
Yeah, absolutely. That just appears to be pure pace. Simple as that.
Nibs has dropped off the back of Bobo a little bit here as well.
Do you know what? When you get the wet conditions, no DRS, it just becomes a bit of a different race, doesn't it?
100%. It's all down to pure pace, and it's down to pure talent, pure skill.
Yeah, absolutely.
And personally, I didn't mind the wet on the last game. I was quite good in the wet on the last game. So some guys just absolutely thrive in it, some guys don't.
Yeah, I absolutely hate the wet.
Yeah, I'm not a fan on this game, to be fair, but last game I certainly was. I didn't mind it when it rained.
Oh, Moritz, Jesus Christ. This is either lag or he's really throwing that car into Maggins and Beckett's.
I'll have a look in a minute. I'm just on board with... Oh, what's happened? Is Airways had a problem? It must have done.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think he might have lost it because Bobo jumped in and so did Nibs. He was a second clear of Bobo. I can't see Bobo gaining a second on him in a lap.
Yeah, and that suits Morris now, 2.5 second lead out in front.
100%. Now's probably a good time for him to recharge that battery a bit. I was on board with Dave Douglas and Anderson. T-Bag and Anderson. T-Bag and Dave Douglas, sorry. T-Bag is trying to look for a way past. Walkie, Airways and Nibs are all having a little battle now as well. See
We
what
got the Ozone in, Pomp, Q and Stingray. How's it going, lads? First time this season seeing you. Obviously, it's my first race on comms. Good to have you on stream again, as usual. Feel free to abuse Osso, who's actually doing okay, and doesn't have a fuel light on, and is in P7, so
and he
yeah,
doesn't have a
not bad.
time penalty yet.
Yeah, that's been mentioned.
Wow. Are you sure it's also driving?
Yeah, it's probably AI.
Yeah, 100%. I did think that. As Anderson makes it past Ralphie just before Cops. Teabag is now really pushing the back of Dave Douglas as well. Again, it's not easy to overtake, is it, without that DRS?
No, it's not.
As
Teabag's going for it though.
He is. Down the inside he goes. Locks up just slightly.
And he got it done.
He did. Nice move there from Teabag.
Yeah, do you know what? Good from Dave Douglas as well. It takes two drivers to make every move happen, and you gotta have that respect.
100%.
If you don't, it's go back to rank,
Yeah,
unranked, whatever it is.
definitely, yeah.
Ooh, I
Agreed.
tell you what, if you watch the car ahead, if you go with the car ahead, look at the car behind into turn one, the sliding through turn one is insane. You know what, Harry? A bit of a dry line starting to appear now as well.
I was just about to say that rain doesn't look as heavy as what it has been the last couple of laps.
Yeah, definitely doesn't.
So this could spice things right up.
Yeah. Bit back in 1 second, bud.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. Teabag is pulling away from Dave Douglas as well. He's almost pulled out second on him. So that was definitely a good decision there from the Kick Sauber team. Curly's still on the back of Nerf. Nerf seems to be quite comfortable though, just him sitting behind. But it has now brought Warrior and James Brown into the frame. Wow. They are sliding round everywhere. This Moritz, another fastest lap of 1:39.2. 2 seconds currently over Bobo. So James has pulled off a little bit. He's just let his teammate through. Picks up a 3-second time penalty in the process. Let's see if that's a good decision from the Aston Martin guys. Just switching positions, letting Chip try and carve his way through the next 3 drivers. Just jump back on board with this little battle at the front. Wookie is getting close to the back of Airways. Bobo has pulled half a tenth on Moritz. Scotty picks up 3 seconds for track limits. Bobo's chucking that car in the corners as well. They are sliding everywhere, these lads. Airways is right on the back of Nibs. And there is a dry line forming. I don't think it'll be long before we see slick tyres. Airways looks like he was gonna think about having a little look. Thought better of it. Bobo 1:39 flat, so yeah, that the track is ramping up. Osso now on the back of Harvey. It's a really, really nice drive from Osso here. Harvey with a full battery. Curly has now fallen off the back of Nerf pack. So we'll see what Chip can do. He's made it past James Warrior. He's just got Curly to go. Bobo's now within a second of Moritz. So I wonder whether there's going to be any team orders there between them two guys. Wookie just dropping off the back of Nibs and Airways. Really is sliding all over the place. Also doing really well, still within a second of Harvey, but has now got Marshall company. So again, Wookie just getting back within that second again. As Moritz and Bobo trading fastest laps, 1:38.6.
Track definitely dry enough now, Harry.
100%.
Definitely.
They're in the 1:36s now, so Bobo's gained about a second on Moritz over the last lap and a half. So I'm just interested to see whether there'll be team orders between them two. But again, they need to try and play it smart. Obviously, same team, they're not going to be able to box at the same time.
And that is the worry. There's a dry line, there's a break in the sky, but it's going to be late. I'm going to be mad here, but we're 5 to 10 laps away from it, I think, and that's going to be late in the race. So these inters are going to start dropping off, and we know this game, the rain is coming down, and then it'll just stop.
Yeah,
and that'll be the indication. So I think we're safe enough for the next 3, 4, 5 laps on the inters, and see where that goes then.
Oh,
got a yellow flag. That is Curly. Oh, Curly is doing spinners.
Oh, he is.
I think he just lost it at the exit Beckett's.
Yeah. Scotty with another 3 seconds worth of track limits.
It's not. It's actually turn 4. He's lost it. Curly. So yeah.
For Curly.
Them inters have to be feeling a bit of pain right now as well.
I would love to just have a tyre wear indicator on at least one of these.
Yeah.
38. Oh, they're into 38. Sorry, 38.5 this time from Bobo. So Bobo doesn't really look like he's pushing too hard, to be fair. But that rain definitely does seem like it's easing off.
Yeah, it definitely is. Oh, got a yellow flag. That is a Mercedes. That's Huntsman, I think.
Yeah,
it is. And he's coming into he's not coming into the pits.
Yeah, I thought he was as well, to be fair.
Yeah, at this point they're going to have to hang it out, and I said the mediums to the end now. Once the track does dry up, I'd be shocked if it doesn't dry up. It's just a case of when. Is it going to be a medium or a soft? You'd want probably to hit lap 16, 17 to go on the softs. Yeah, well, not maybe. Yeah.
You could probably.
Sorry.
It says you could probably do 13 laps on them.
Yeah, you'd want to be hitting kind of lap 14, 15 for the softs. So yeah, maybe the softs is the way to go. It's still raining. The track is still wet. There was a massive dry line there now, but it will be a bit of time yet.
As Airways looks down the inside of Nibs. Oh, as there's contact between the two.
Hence,
he picks up a 3-second time penalty as well in that, but yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I won't make judgment. But again, like we say, there needs to be respect between two drivers to make the move.
And that's Huntsman again, sector 3 I believe, sector 2 on the exit of Cops.
Yeah.
No safety car or VSC, so that's good.
It's been really Really good racing, to be fair, from the guys. Really clean racing, not many mistakes. It's been quite nice to watch, to be honest. Bit of a
That
change.
cheat, yeah, Bobo definitely had an issue there as well. 2.5 seconds back now. He is recharging, to be fair, but 2.5 seconds work, maybe not. Well, second and a half. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Probably just recharging that battery. Big gap to Captain Nibs behind. Got Chieftain Mike on the stream. How's the race going? Welcome back, Mike. Just introduced you back to the league earlier. Good race. Difficult, tricky conditions. The field is tight in places and spread in places. You know the nature of that, and that's Huntsman into the pits. Who has come in for a fresh set of inters. You know what? He could have played a
Marshall
Huntsman.
just
Might.
makes the move on Osso. Huntsman, what's he jumping onto?
Nibs is pitted as well, and this is the question for me now. If he's in for inters, and he is in for inters. This is what I was saying to you. I'm not sure we're going to reach that crossover period.
It will be interesting. I mean, what do
Yeah,
you
we're
do
at the
now?
halfway point. It's a hard one to call. The more you hang it out, if it doesn't get dry, the more you lose. If you pull the plug now and it does dry out, you've lost. So
Well,
it's one of them.
what do you... so we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. I think that might have been pint size. I think he may have been getting out of the way for the leaders. Yeah. I mean, what do you do if you're the leaders? Do you hang it out? Or do you now cover off Nibs in
That's
P3?
that's the question. That
That
is the question.
is... Yeah, that is the golden question that I'd like to
It's still
answer.
wet. It's still, the track is still wet. There's a dry line. It's still raining.
Nerf Track's had an issue.
Yeah, we'll find out now. Teabag up to P9 as well, so he's doing all right. Moritz, I'm on with Moritz. See what he's going to do. I think he's going to come in, and he
I
is in.
mean,
So
yeah, I
yeah,
mean, you've got to try and cover off.
yeah, definitely.
They're double stacking. They are double stacking.
Yeah,
That
will Bo
could,
get held here? 3.5
yeah,
seconds. Wookie
he
stays
will.
out. No,
Bo
Wookie's
will
in.
get held. Bo will get held. So that could be very costly for Bo with his battle with Nibs. Although he did have a bit of a gap, that gap is now going to be eaten
He's
into
got
by
held for a
Captain
couple of
Nibs.
seconds, but he's ooh, yellow flag. Where
Or
is the oh,
is
safety car? Oh
Huntsman.
wow.
That's changed everything. Yeah, Huntsman lost it on the last corner, straight into the pit wall. T-Bag gets a 10-second for a collision with Anderson. Dave Douglas, drive through, speed under the BSC.
Game's fucked. So it's P2.
Stop the race
Dave
now.
Douglas. Oh.
Yeah, T-Bag's just picked up a 10-second time penalty. He's now serving as well.
Yeah, this is very bad for us. So I think he miss the pit lane or did he stay out? I'm not 100% sure, but he's in a bad position now. 13 lap ball inters and a safety car.
I think he stayed out.
The only way this works for us is if it dries up in the next lap and a half.
Yeah, 100%. Although that's done well for Bobo because he didn't lose that position to Nibs.
Yeah, you know what? Even on the restart, like having that car on the older tyres just for the first half of the lap could give Moritz 2 or 3 seconds. You know, they've made
Agreed.
their pit stop.
Agreed.
Unless it gets dry, we're not going to see them pitting again. I feel, and I might be wrong, but I feel this is one of these races that it's not going to dry up. It might dry up late. It might stop raining late, but it'll be still inters, I think.
Yeah, it's be one of them weird conditions when it looks like it's dry enough, but when you're in the car, it's still probably enters. I mean, 12 laps, yes. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to clear up, does it?
Nah, it doesn't look like it, but nah.
But This game is absolutely mental, and I wouldn't be surprised if it did right the last
Yeah,
lap.
absolutely.
20 drivers in, 19 drivers in for softs.
And
One lap
also has
sprint.
came in, so.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, wow.
What
Happened
the
there?
hell?
Why?
I would imagine. Oh, I know
I
exactly
was on board
why.
with that, so he just came into the pits.
I know exactly why. He's
Why?
because when everyone's going through that last chicane, the game thinks you're trying to gain an advantage in the pit. So if like, it's essentially like speeding in the pit lane. It just absolutely smashes you for overtaking a car essentially when you're in the pit lane. It's a stupid glitch
That's
that I've seen happen once before.
that is
It's shocking
that's awful.
because it should tell you you're in the pit. It should tell the game you're in the pit, so it makes a difference.
That's
But
terrible.
that's bullshit.
At least the Ozone are happy.
Yeah, he finally got a penalty. It just put him out the race this time. That is complete and utter bull. Never fails to amaze me, this game.
Yeah, that's also frustrated, which is fully understandable.
100%.
That's yeah.
100%.
Hope we see
Yeah,
the safety car in the end of this lap. Still got
I
a
would
couple of back
be
markers, but
livid.
yeah, for sure. And we're going to get another lap under the safety car, I would think.
Yeah, I think
Just
just
waiting for
waiting, aren't
Crash and
you?
Anger and Geezer to catch up.
I think they're already in. I think that's actually Scotty and Crash and Anger. Yeah, it is Scotty and Crash and Anger. Pine size is somewhere in the middle.
Stingray says he's now deaf. Lucky you. Oh
Oh
no,
wow.
Curly.
How did he get up here? Oh, he's in the pit. That's why. He's done it again, look.
God.
So I think where last game you could do that, you could technically overtake as you're going into the pit. This game is quite clear. You have to just hold your position as best as possible.
That's a disaster. That's Curly's race. Don't know.
Yeah, it's destroyed his race. Absolutely. So just waiting now for Crash and Anger and Curly to catch up, but I'm pretty sure the safety car will come in this lap.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
can't see why it wouldn't. That is unfortunate for them guys. Do feel sorry for them guys that the game has just fucked though. I mean, I shouldn't have to apologise on behalf of EA, but I do.
Yeah, we got an issue here though as well. We got point-size Geezer, a lap car, currently sitting in the second position behind Moritz.
Yeah, I've just noticed. No.
The
No.
game should allow you to.
Pint size, don't overtake him because you'll just get disqualified. Yeah, I agree. There should be a way to unlap yourself. 110%. The only way really that Pint Size unlaps himself is by overtaking him now, but that has caused a bit of an issue behind.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
And he is getting out of the way, to be fair to him. It's a
Yes.
horrible position to be in. But you know what? That's quality from Point Size Geezer, that is.
Yeah. It's absolutely nothing he could do there, and he's done his best. Moritz has used the situation to his advantage, so
Yeah,
that's
defo.
racing. That's unfortunately that is league racing, especially on this game. But that has given Wookie an opportunity to now have a go at Bobo. Wookie now down the inside. Thinks better of it. Bobo gives him the space. Nice driving from these two. Who have we lost now? I think we've lost. That's Pint Size getting out of the way, wasn't it?
Milwaukee have a look at Bo.
I'm
They
not
won't.
sure. I'm not sure it'll be this lap.
Moritz is just absolutely steamrolling out ahead. To be fair, he's been in control of this race since the start.
There was probably a couple of laps where he was where he looked like he was struggling a little bit. Apart from that, yeah, he's been absolutely in control of this. Looked really comfortable in the conditions as well, to be fair. As the battle for P2 is getting a little bit heated, his car off track. Harvey goes down the inside of both Nibs and Airways. Nice move there for Harvey. As Nerf also looks racy with Scotty. Wookie still all over the back of Bobo. Looks a lot closer this time around.
Bobo seems to be struggling a bit. That gap between himself and Moritz is just getting bigger and bigger. He has a lot more battery than Wookie, to be fair, but still, Moritz is doing an absolute stellar job out in front.
Yeah, but just I wonder whether Bobo's just making a few little mistakes now that he's got Wookie all over the back of him. Morris is just smashing in fastest lap after fastest lap. Harvey matches him for fastest lap though. So Harvey's pushing. Anderson with another 3 seconds for track limits.
I suppose Wookie has that penalty as well, so he probably wants to dispatch Bobo if at all possible.
Yeah. Yeah, in an ideal world, he overtakes Bobo here, and then the guys behind just battle. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Bobo looks like he's just doing enough to stay ahead. Just trying to look down to see if we've got any other battles going on.
Oh,
Flag.
bodies in the barrier. That could be a
Yeah.
safety car. Nope.
He's done well there to get out of the way of everyone. Has he got
For
some
sure.
wing damage? Yeah, he's got wing damage. No end plate for Scotty then.
Tell you what, Crash and Anger, P14, doing alright in his first race in CDR. He'll definitely take a position off of Anderson, who has a mad amount of penalties. He has
And
12 seconds.
The thing is as well, Crash and Anger, he's joined the absolute shark tank of CDR.
Yeah.
Jumping in a tier 3 race in the wet against such a tough grid. Such a tight grid as well, he's doing really well. So he
I
should
tell
be
you, the
proud of
top
himself.
7 is so close.
Yeah, massively close.
Well, P2 to P7. Moritz seems to just have this nailed on.
I just think the conditions have suited him so well. I just think he's
Yeah,
comfortable in these
absolutely.
conditions. It just looks... He hasn't really put a foot wrong. He lost a little bit of time, made a little mistake. Lap 10, I think it was. But other than that...
Wookie's on the back of Bo, but he's absolutely rinsed his battery. Bo on 86%.
Oh, he's lost someone else. Who's that? Is that Pint Size? Pint Size getting out of the way, I think. Nibs close to airways. Not going to get it done.
Oh. Such an easy track for track limits, especially in the wet.
100%. Wookie is thinking about moving to turn 1.
Right now, Wookie drops quite significantly with that 3-second penalty. The top. Oh
As Harvey
no!
picks up 3 as well, yeah. Harvey was doing so well as well. Doing really well. He had a podium pretty much nailed on there with Wookie's 3-second penalty. Nibs and Airways then. See what those guys can do.
Stick up the penalties there for a second so we can have a look at them. You're alright, but.
So we've got Wookie on 3, Harvey on 3, Marshall on 3, Chip on 3, Anderson 12, James Brown 6, Douglas 13 and Scotty 12. So a few guys on penalties as Marshall makes it past Airways. Airways has dropped off the back of Nibs. I've got a feeling Airways has had a little moment again as we've got that Scotty has had a spin on the final corner. Managed to keep it out of the way.
There is a Haas
That's
in the
a safety
pits.
car. No,
Oh,
that
wow.
was Scotty. Scotty had a spin, come back onto the track, tried to put full throttle down, and then went back into the barrier again.
Yeah, I'd be boxing. I would definitely be boxing.
100%, but what are we boxing to? Inter's still at
Airways
the
just made it. The question is there enough time left?
What's the Airways jumping onto? Let's have a look. It's got to be Inter, surely.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. What laps are you going to have? 8 laps tyre advantage.
Does he have the laps left to get back to where he was, is the question.
That is the problem, isn't it?
And this is a mega problem now for anyone with a penalty. We'll probably have 2 or 3 laps of racing, so there's going to be such a huge loss there. Oh no!
Oh dear.
On the safety car as well.
Yeah, that's
That's hard
so
to take.
unfortunate. Yeah, I've done that so many times.
But you know what? This is exactly the point I've been making. Airways, pole lap. Currently P12 with a 3 second penalty. That's
Yeah.
not. Oh no, Scotty, what is that? Anyway, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Oh,
There's
he
just
spun as
so
well.
much
He spun
more.
again. He spun again.
Oh, Scotty with a drive-through penalty for falling too far back.
Yeah, Airways just spun it
That's
again.
just
At
awful.
Cops.
I think Scotty's had enough.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Or not. Scotty doesn't fit and quit.
That's decent. I rate that.
Yeah, 100%.
As much
Yeah,
as
he's serving his penalty.
as
Smart.
much as as much as he is a lap down, I rate that massively from him, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep going.
Yeah, just get a bit of practice in. Doesn't make a difference. You know you're going to be finishing outside the points a lap down. Just try some different things.
The only issue for Scotty is he's
That
probably
drive
expecting that to come off after the race, and it's in the last 25% of the race, so that won't come off.
no. So I'd imagine that the safety car is hopefully going to come in this lap.
Surely.
So yeah, the guys with penalties, so like Nerfpack for example, he could currently be walking away with like a P4, P5, just purely for the fact he's not got track limit penalty.
Yeah, 100%.
Teabag,
Teabag, Nibs in
yeah,
good position as well.
exactly that.
Disaster for Moritz. He was just controlling this race so much.
Yeah. But again, he's looked very comfortable, so
Again,
let's
Scotty
see.
has the fuel light on. The only one with the fuel light on as well. Just checking everyone else is clear.
Yeah.
And the safety car should be in the end of this lap.
Yep.
And it is.
We're good at this shit, aren't we? So let's see what sort of getaway Moritz has this time around. Obviously, pint size was a bit of a bottleneck the last time around. So let's see what happens. It looks like Morris is getting ready to go.
And Bo is not caught sleeping at all.
No, not at all. So everyone pretty much got a fairly clean getaway. So we'll see what Bo can do in the last couple of laps. It will definitely be interesting. Got a yellow flag.
That's a Haas.
Scotty, yeah, I think Scotty's just staying out of the way, isn't he?
Yeah. Good driving. Fair play.
Definitely. So again, Wookie all over the gearbox of Bobo, but can't find it. Always is a big moment coming out of Cops. Good save there, but has cost him a little bit of time. T-Bag has just dropped off the back of
Yeah,
the
massively.
guys ahead. But to be honest, I'm pretty sure T-Bag will be pretty happy with his performance today.
Yeah, he's just saving his battery. Everyone ahead is rinsing, so that'll come back to him again.
Yeah. Squawky picks up
Oh, Wookie.
another. Yeah, picks up another 3 seconds. That could really hinder him now.
Yeah, 100%. That more or less guarantees Nibs a podium if he can stay on the back of Harvey.
Yeah. This is where teabag strategy of battery saving could come into a world of its own.
Yeah, he'd
Later
want
on
to
in the
start pushing
race.
it though. He'd want to start pushing it.
Yeah,
Lap and a half
definitely.
to go.
Yeah. Let's see what Nibs does with the guys ahead. I'd imagine he's just happy to sit behind. Bo looks close and has more battery.
Yeah, Marnot's now struggling all of a sudden.
Yeah, funny how it
One
works.
lap to hang on.
Funny how it works. Anderson with 3 seconds. That now puts him on 15 seconds for the race.
Oh, that's Bo with the fastest lap. I thought it was a penalty.
No, he's really pushing though, isn't
Yeah, 100%. Don't want to do anything mad. Don't want to risk that P2.
he? No.
Obviously, he wants to win, but I wouldn't be doing anything majorly nuts.
Doesn't appear
Oh,
like Harvey's going to drop too far down either. Judging by the penalties, let's see how these last half a lap works out then.
Bo!
Oh!
Bo! He's alright. He's got away with it.
Oh!
He's got away with it, but that surely hands Morris the wins now at this stage.
From that angle, it actually looked like Moritz was off.
Yeah.
Wow, that just gave me a heart attack. Crazy, he done well to save it. But yeah, I think it's going to be a bit too much now, isn't it? Half a second. Moritz has 4 corners left to go. And there we go then. Moritz takes your P1. Bobo pushed him all the way, less than a tenth between them two crossing the line. P2, Captain Nibs takes P3 after a couple of penalties. Harvey P4, Marshall P5, Wookie ends up in P6, Teabag P7, Airways P8, Chip P9, Nerf ends up in P10, Curly P11, James Brown P12, Ralphie P13, Anderson P4. Oh no. Crash and Anger P14, Anderson is P15, Dave Douglas is P16, but could possibly be pushed down because of pint size. Let's have a look. Noah stays where he is, and Scotty will be the final one to cross the line. And here he comes, across the line, and that rounds out your finishers. What a mental couple of laps.
Good evening.
Hello, buddy. Just confirmation then. Moritz P1, Bobo P2, Captain Nibs P3, Harvey P4, Iron Marshall P5, Wookie P6, D-Bag P7, Airways P8, Chip Hazard P9, Nerfpack P10, Curly P11, James Brown P12, Ralphie P13, Crashnanga P14, Anderson P15, Dave Douglas P16, Pint Size P17, and Scotty P18, rounding out your finishers with Warrior and Osso not finishing the race. We will just get the guys in. Nibbity nibs and where is he? Nibs is in.
Yeah, we got Bo as well, and Moritz. Excellent. Leave you crack on, Harry.
Just give me 2 secs. Just give me 2 secs, guys. Let me just turn this dodgy music off in the background. That's better. So, good evening, gents. We will start with your P3 this evening, Nibs. Good evening, Nibs.
Good evening.
How are you, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad yourself.
Yeah, not too bad, thank you, mate. Talk us through it from your perspective, then. P3 in the end. Obviously, penalties helping out, but keeping it
It's
clean.
not the way I'd like to get it. You know what I mean? I'd rather do it by overtaking. And I think Wookie deserved that P3. He's done well to keep it. So I'm a bit annoyed in myself, really, for not overtaking him. But yeah, either way, still got it. Penalties, I didn't get any. He did.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Sorry,
Obviously, they've track limits are track limits. You know, it's one of them things. But P3 is still a good result from you. Obviously, we did see a little collision between you and obviously Airways. Hopefully, that wasn't too. Didn't
Yeah, I
cause
don't
you any
quite know. I have to go back
problems.
and have a look at it.
Hopefully,
I don't know if he touched. I'm not entirely sure of what happened. I just saw in my mirrors that he sort of gone round a little bit, which was a bit annoying, to be fair. So I'll have to have a look and see.
yeah, that's something obviously that can be reviewed. But obviously, hopefully, it didn't give you any damage. It didn't look like it did.
No,
Safety car. It almost worked out that strat, didn't it? You.
it would have done if the safety car hadn't come out.
Yeah, exactly that. And that's what I was about to
A
say.
little bit later.
Yeah, a lap or two later, I think that would have been perfect for you. Really, I think you would have had the undercut. But you must be happy with.
That's what the plan was.
You must be happy with P3 considering.
I'm happy with it. Yeah, prefer to have done it with overtaking rather than penalties, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
On to
of
the next one.
course, of course.
Yeah,
No, I
you know
appreciate that.
what? You say that, but look, I've been the beneficiary of penalties before.
Yes, you
Like
have.
always, you want to do it on track, but you know they got penalties, you didn't, so it,
No,
it
that's
is
it.
it
It's not
is
the
it
first.
is what it is.
It's not the first time I've stolen a podium off of Wiki because of penalties.
Yeah, I wouldn't. You see, the thing is, you
Don't
say
wish
you
it on
stay.
anyone.
Yeah, look, absolutely. You get a track limit penalty, you don't get what you want, but I wouldn't view it as stolen. He got a
No.
track limit penalty, you didn't. It's a P3, 100%. You can argue about race pace after, but like as I always say, like incidents, track limits, speed in the pit lane, drive-throughs. This all comes into race pace, and for me, that was a P3 race that you did, no question.
Yep.
Thank you.
Agreed.
I'm
100%.
sweating still.
Everything is muted by all accounts.
Is it? It's.
Yeah, so you're all a bunch of pricks and I'm going for a beer.
Gonna roll a big through some.
Oh, it is muted though.
Uh, are you sure it might just be Nibs that's muted.
No,
Because all
I'm gonna
this.
mute it though. I'm gonna have to skedaddle because
Yeah.
I'm really hot. Oh, sorry. I need to go stand outside. So yeah, good race, guys. Thank you very much, and congrats to the guy that won. And yeah,
Cheers,
see you
bud.
guys.
Nah, thank you very much for joining us, Nibs. Appreciate that, mate.
So, thank you.
We will now move on to our P2. Bobo,
Good
Hey,
evening, man.
crack on.
Good evening.
how are you?
Doing alright, man. P2 not bad.
It's,
So, good result.
it's a good start to the season for you, isn't it? P1 now, P2. It's good
Yeah,
race.
good points for the championship, so I'm really happy with it.
Talk us through it from your perspective, then, bud. That must have been pretty treacherous, to be fair. Didn't look like a very nice race to drive in, if I'm honest. Just from the
No,
conditions.
it was challenging, of course. I didn't drive too much, to be honest, with the rain so far in this game. So, but during the race, I was learning and I was getting better and better. And then the safety car came. I think the second safety car, the first one. And yeah, I was a little bit frustrated because I let one of the P17 pass me so he can overtake the first guy as well, and then he can go for the safety car and go for a quicker lap. But Moritz didn't give him the place, so maybe he didn't notice. So that was a little bit frustrating at the first safety car because I didn't have a chance to fight. But after the last safety car, I had a fight, and I made the mistake in the last lap, just a little bit too much on the traction, and yeah, GG's to Moritz, man. He did really well the whole race, so hats off to him.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, I think you gained 1.2 or 3 seconds on Moritz, and it looked like you were going to challenge at one point, but you did look very, very strong in these conditions the whole race.
Yeah,
So,
he did, and it was really hard to stay behind and to overtake or something because one small mistake,
yeah.
it could be over. And I need to think about the championship as well. So good points.
Yeah, do you know what? That's a long-term thinking process, and I
Yeah.
love it. Thinking about the championship, not just thinking about P1. And look, we've seen it. We're on season 11, and the guys that win championships are the guys that play the long game. You know, P1 going to risk P1 and then you got P10. It's the long game here, and yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's 100% the way to go. Good job.
Thanks, man.
Yes,
Thanks, man.
another great drive from you, Bobo. Really good.
Yeah, thanks.
So hopefully we'll be speaking to you some more this season. We will now join your P1 this evening, Moritz. Great drive there, bud. You looked very comfortable from lap 1 to lap 26.
Good evening. Application was very good in P3. I was a little bit practicing in rain, but I was more ready on dry conditions. Uh, Taking the lead was very important in the start.
Yeah, sorry, bud. You looked comfortable throughout, to be honest. Qualifying, you looked like you had the pace. The race, you looked like you had the pace. Um, you just looked,
Uh,
yeah, very comfortable throughout.
so the race was very hard for the beginning of the race. I had to steer bigger pig, but the Baba 2 was catching me on the start after that. Uh, then there came the safety car.
Yeah,
Yeah, could take more lead.
it looked like the first safety car. You managed to pull that gap to Bobo, didn't you? So Where was your mind at after that? Was it about building that gap to Bobo, or was it just about maintaining the gap?
After the second safety car, it was very hard to hold up.
You done a pretty good job of doing it, mate. To be fair, you look comfortable from, like I say, lap 1 to lap 26. So really well done this evening, and hopefully I'll be speaking to you some more this season.
Yeah, really happy for you, man, for the first win, man. You deserved it. GG's.
Right, that will conclude.
I'm sorry, there's just I'm dealing with sightings here as well. Yeah, Moritz, cracking job. Uh, my driver today, to be honest, just looked in control of that from lap 1. Couple of safety cars, had a bit to deal with. Dealt with it every time, came back strong. Yeah, 100% just solid drive. Start to finish. Simple as that. Nail on head. Driver there for me.
But
Yeah, I felt it, man. I felt it. But yeah, I made a mistake, unfortunately. But I had a feeling I could catch you, and I could overtake you.
I saw it back. I was I made game,
Yeah, indeed.
and the final I was went low. I was
Well done to you, man. I'm really happy for you, man. I just I wanted to like have a dry race like later on, but they said like in 10 minutes it will be dry, but it didn't. Then they said like the engineer said like, oh, it will rain for the future. So I was like, ah, I wanted to to have a dry race later. But yeah, GG's.
Yeah, excellent job, guys. So that's a wrap for Great Britain Tier 3, Round 2, Season 11. Good job to all the podium guys. You know what? Cracking race in general. Uh, didn't see anything major. Loads of respect, which is what we demand. Not even expect, we demand it here. So, yeah, top job. And see you all again next week. Thanks to King Luckman as well. My first time on comms with him. So, we'll quite sure we'll forge a good partnership. So, yeah. Next week is Brazil, round 3, and we got a sprint race as well for Brazil. So
Will be fun,
check
man.
us out again, Tier 1 and 2, next Friday at Brazil.
Thanks for commentating, guys. GG's.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.